Hello, and welcome to Paper Addictions Anonymous. My name is Leslie, and I am addicted to paper. I have it bad. And oh boy, am I ever glad that I live a distance from the majority of you people, so you can't throw rotten tomatoes at me. Man, did you take on a task. And those of you that did it, that got in your little crafty space or at your kitchen table or out in the front room or wherever you went and went at your paper, I'm proud of you for doing that. My husband saw my crazy infomercial about the never-ending supply of paper, whatever I called it, and he said, "You can't say that. That is not a never-ending supply of paper." And I looked him right straight in the eye and I said, "Are you crazy? You want to bet? Every time you cut into a big piece of paper, yep, you've got more to go in your scrap stash, so it is a never-ending supply. Never-ending." I'm going to show you my mess. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, so I kind of have a jump start on most of you. You know, this is quite a task. And so for those of you that took it on, I'm very proud of you. And I'm sure that at one point, you had at least one bad thing to say about me. You've got all of these papers cut up, you've got piles everywhere, and you're so proud of yourself. And then you look at it, and this is when you utter a bad thing about me. What am I going to do with all this stuff, all this paper? So now I've made you, I am the cause of you having to go to Dollar General or wherever to find some kind of storage devices for your paper. So for that, I'm sorry for making you go out and buy stuff. You know, and then the second time that you probably had something not so kind to say about me was after you got all of your papers put away in boxes, baskets, bins, whatever, after you went through your house and opened cupboards and doors and dug around and found shoe boxes and whatever kind of boxes and got all of your scraps put in there. Yeah, the next thing you said is, what am I going to do with all of this stuff? Well, we're gonna work on that. My stash normally sits, oops, right there on that box. But I have it all on my table right now. And I'm going to show you how I keep my stuff. I have 2 of these baskets, and I got these from Hobby Lobby. And this basket holds all of my 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 papers, all of my scrap papers. And I first went and put them in colored order, and then after a while I didn't want to fight with that anymore, so I just stuck them in here. I can go through, this is easy enough for me to go through and see what I have. See, most of this stuff up here is cardstock. I think all of it is cardstock. But there are some pattern papers in here. A few, not many. Oh, look, there's that awful stuff. This is the other basket that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. And I don't remember what I paid for them because I've had them now for 2 or 3 years. And this basket has my 3x5s. And then I have some smaller stuff. When I was cutting up the paper, there were some papers that I liked, and I just didn't want to cut them down any smaller. So I have, you know, that's, you can use that at your own discretion, whatever. The measurement thing is like a guide. So I have a mix like my other paper. I did have it, I started off putting it all in color order, and then I just got to the point where, oh, just stick it in there. So I do have a mix of print papers as well as solid cardstocks. So these are mostly my 3x5s, and the rest of them are like 3x4. These are, what are these? Yeah, these are 3x4. So I have 3x5s and 3x4s mixed in here. And I might have, nope, 4 inches is the shortest. But these are all 3 inches wide. And either 3x4 or 3x5. All of these are. This box I got from Michael's. And this too is several years ago. And I keep my neutrals in here. I keep my whites and my vanilla and my brown and black and grays. And I keep my little, and one thing that I didn't put on the list is 2x2. And you do kind of need to have a stash of 2x2. And, you know, so don't go and make another thing with your paper. These that are 2x5, 5.5, you can cut that down to 2x2 and use it. And then when you get a leftover one, then stick it in a little bin. Now, I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so when I started with Stampin' Up!, they were all still wood mount, and they came in these little plastic clamshell things. And so what I did was I took the lid off and I cut it. I cut the lid off, and then that's what these little things are for. These hold my 2x2 papers, my little ones. And I ended up taking all of my wood mount stamps apart. I don't like wood mount stamps. I can't see where I'm stamping or what I'm doing. These next 2 boxes I got from Joann's, and I think these boxes are normally $15 to $18 a piece, and they were on sale. And I got this one for $8, and I got this one for $6. So I got the 2 of them for the price of 1, normally. Alright, now these are my, again, I have the Stampin' Up! Wood mount stamp things in there. I have 4 of them in here. This one down in the bottom, if I can get it out. This one is all of my 2, is it 2? Maybe it's 2.5. No, this is all my 2x5, 5.5, 2x5s. And this is a mix of cardstock and pattern paper. So that fits down in here. And then I have 2 of these littler ones, and these are the 1x3s. I think these are 1x3. Yes. Okay. So all of my 1x3s are in here. And not all of them are. I have some, I don't have enough room in here anymore. Here's another thing with 1x3s. And this one is 2x5, 5.5. 2x5 1/4, all the way down to 1.5x4. So these guys live in here. If I can get it to go in there. And this small one here all of these down here in the bottom are all 2x3, all of them. I've got some that need to go back down in there that way. But these are all 2x3, and then I have some odd ones that are like 1.5x3, and I have 1.5x1.5. I just have an odd little mixture of things, so I just stick them at the side down there. And this is the neutrals of the 2x3s. These are gray, black, brown, and khaki, and they live in there. I have run all out of these small plastic wood stamp things. Alright, so now comes the excess. I still have 3 of these wood mount stamp, whatever you call them. These are my 1x3, 1.5x3, and I think, yeah, I have more 2x3s in this. So, and then I have some 2x4 back here in the back. And over here is just some kind of like 2x4 things that I just stuck over there. This one is my 1" by 4". And this one is my 1x5.5. And this final one is 2x2, and I have a few, I think these are 2.5. Yes, these are 2.5 by 2.5. So that's where my scrap stash lives. Right there, all of it lives over there. The other kind of storage that I have for my scraps, these I purchased from Michael's, and you can get these, most of the time they have these off 30 to 40% off of the price, and the regular price for these books is about $12. So with when they're reduced, when they go on sale, then you can pick them up for like $7 or $8 and use your coupon, 40% coupon. These are boxes, and I keep my card base cardstock in them. If you have large pieces of heavyweight cardstock, you can cut them at what, 4 1/4 by 8.5, yes, and make your card bases. And then I went through and I scored every single one of them. So these are just ready. When I have a theme, know what I want to do, then I just reach in and get one of these, or two, and they're already made. They're all ready for me to create a card from. And this is my other one, and it's just the same. and it's full of these. So this is all paper that I've acquired over the years, and in my paper Hoarders Anonymous, whatever, my addiction to paper. I am trying to control my addiction. Oh. But so that's another way that you can store your papers and stuff, and it looks good. It's nice and pretty, and the fronts are nice.